This is perfect shonen. Ryan, I can't tell you how you beat this episode in any way. You can only get to the same level. Getting past it, you cannot do better than what we just saw.
All right. I can't disagree. I even look at things to try to prove to myself, like, was it that good? I'm interested in it. Like, obviously, I like Demon Slayer. I like the story. Really what I'm liking is the emotion it brings to the table. Mm-hmm. And I think that, not just this episode, but the prior ones, but this episode, it's like, it's just nonstop for 4 episodes.
I don't have words, man.
Yeah.
When the episode ended, and we all know how it ended, I just sat and just looked at the screen. I didn't move for like 2 or 3 minutes.
It was another thing, like, they've
can't...
been ending it just...
And the cliffhangers, back to back, oh man, the story, the way they're like unfolding this arc,
yeah,
it was a little slow in the beginning, but the way this is like what Mugen Train did, turned up.
Yes.
You know, the first half of Mugen Train was kind of like, it was good. It was good. It wasn't bad.
I prefer the first half of the Entertainment District, though.
I do too.
That's
why I said, not only was the first half of the Entertainment District arc better than the first half of Mugen Train, the second half of the Entertainment District arc is better than the second half of Mugen Train.
Man, I honestly think the Hashira is better.
How did they do that? How did they do that?
I don't know. I think what they did is... this episode opened up with, the town in which the Entertainment District where we met all the ladies and the drugs and all that kind of stuff.
It's a rubble.
Gone. It was a bustling city. They didn't get out.
Oh, no, they've been running for a while now. This fight's been going on. If you think about real time, it's one night. Everyone would have been like running for the exits.
That's true. In my head, I'm like, they didn't have time to get out. But I guess
some of them wouldn't have. Yeah. And I'm sure a lot of them died.
Like when the flood's coming, I ain't moving.
All right, all right, let's talk about specifics in the start of the episode. They picked up right away. Yep. Tanjiro wakes up and flames are everywhere. He's figuring out where Nezuko is, finds out that she's safe, and then immediately it is the creepiest, eeriest... Gyutaro gets in front of Tanjiro, and
he has a weird voice.
This monologue that he goes on, where he's basically like, "You weak piece of shit. Yeah. I'm not even going to kill everyone else." But first of all, Tengen's dead. I already stabbed the boar kid in the head. And the
Zenitsu
the little kid in the road. He's like crawling like a miserable ant. And it sold to me. I was literally a million times a second going, how are they going to do this? How are they going to do this? How are they going to do this?
For him to be like...
And I didn't know where it was going to go. And we even predicted last episode, and I was really curious to know if either one of us were right. You were closer than I was, because you said Tanjiro was just going to figure out something.
Right.
And he gets his ass beat for a couple minutes, and it looks like he's just like, absolutely pathetic, throwing anything he can find at Gyutaro.
It looked like candy wrappers.
And goddammit, he found one of those kunai blades.
And he didn't feel it.
And stabbed him with it and threw it at him like it was just another piece of trash.
And he...
Incredible.
Disgusting. Let me tell you what the fuck's disgusting. Those fingers that Tanjiro had broken.
Oh, yeah.
And this is credit to the animators, because they kept it, broke every scene you saw.
Yeah, every frame it was in.
And they got more purple and gross looking. And then, as you can look back at Jujutsu Kaisen stuff, hands creep me out, because the more you pay attention to hands, the weirder they are and the things that they do. And his fingers, and he's doing everything that he can, except these things are like curling back. Like, gross.
Yeah, that was a hell of a punch.
His voice of Gyutaro is
incredible.
It wavers in the right spots that makes it super creepy. He wanted to make Tanjiro a demon.
Before that moment when he was like saying like, come on, and trying to get him like to fight him, the third time he said it, it was like the intensity in his voice and it's like the camera went really close to his eye, and his eye was vibrating.
Felt his power.
You were like, he was begging you to fuck with him some more.
Yeah.
All he wants to do is play with his food until the sun's getting ready to come up.
He's already killed a Hashira. Two like training ones that are like good. Tanjiro is getting better every episode we see, and my man's just cat and mouse, and I'm just like...
So, it's that typical villain getting too big on his ego, and...
Right.
When he was still so strong that it took him like a second to react to the poison, healed himself from the poison.
Yeah.
Tanjiro was unsuccessful with getting ready to cut him, and I'm like, okay, that was his chance. I was like, is that really how he's going to behead him?
His neck is strong as steel.
And then he goes to kill Tanjiro, and then bam, then Tengen comes into the scene again, and it was just incredible.
So Tengen comes back, Inosuke comes back, and Zenitsu's back. Okay, and you know what you know me. I need to know why and how things happened.
They didn't waste any time.
And they explained every one of them. Tengen, obviously being in sound Hashira, controlled the beat and the sound of his heart. Great, made sense. Poison stopped going through. He controlled himself. He can get it together. Inosuke, I like the explanation.
You had to suspend your belief for both of them.
Yes.
Because Tengen stopped his heart by contracting the muscles around it.
Yep.
He stopped his own heart. Okay?
Great. I think he has that power.
And you know what? Yeah. As a shinobi, he might.
Yeah.
He
and
might.
then Inosuke, okay, he's obviously, we back in an episode, I forget what episode it was. Please excuse me. But when he went, like, into the hole and he was boneless.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, because that's one of his abilities.
Right.
It's, at the end of the day, he still had a through and through
hole
in his chest. And he wasn't affected by poison. Great. Understood that. Beast mode. Great.
Even more so than Tengen.
What?
He was like more immune to the poison.
Yes,
that
because he's an animal. Where like if you see a mongoose fighting a rattlesnake,
he's literally a shinobi. They have to drink poison.
Well, yeah. There's
to
reasons. They both survived.
Yeah, they did.
At the end of the day, and then,
as long as you suspend your belief with a little bit, and which of course, okay, they're demons in this episode. I mean, fuck. You know, you're suspending your belief by enjoying it. But I was so hyped.
I was happy to see them all coming back.
When Zenitsu came up and got Daki when she was going to help out her brother trying to kill Tanjiro.
Yep. He would have, and you guys know, and you know, I do not like Zenitsu. I think he's a piss poor character. What? What the fuck? I like nothing about him. But when he went godlike speed, and he's still asleep, mind you. He's under a crumbling building, and he's still snoozing. Which... I need more explanation of that. Wake the man up and let him be better.
It's just like a flow state. I don't think he's really sleeping.
Right, like some like meditating, like something.
Basically, his brain's probably works so quick that if he shuts his eyes down, he realizes that he can calm down much faster. Something like that.
And it's Daki was like, "Oh, I've seen this flash in like his one rank, like one movie does, but that's when he hit God mode." And it's like, "All right, we'll cut this ribbon one way or the other."
The fight scene where Gyutaro and Tengen are going back and forth between their faces, and about the amount of force they're putting in to like their attack. He lost his eye.
Tengen was looking beat too.
He
was
got
like purple.
his face cut, his eyeball was cut, so his eye's gone, his hand's gone. He's still fighting. He matched Gyutaro's rhythm. So he almost like he plays a song of sound in his head.
You saw like the ribbons of sound.
And he was just like to the beat, knocking, of course, flashy as shit.
I think that was beautiful.
It was.
And I think, I don't try to like, we both overanalyze things as we're watching it. And it's just like, okay, well, this is our job now. This is getting great. And, the intensity's building. What's going to happen? Because, last episode we were promised that this was killing of a rank.
Psych.
Yeah. Whatever, upper rank. And this one, I was like, all right, now they're just toying with us.
Except you got some.
Right.
And then that last scene where the explosion happened and how it immediately panned out to the city and the credits started rolling.
I think we're going to lose Tengen.
I think so too, yeah. He's going to die.
Well, first off, Tanjiro got...
Didn't you buy how much he was hurting with the poison when at the end of the episode he couldn't breathe?
Yeah.
I was like trying to like,
then you don't
can I breathe? Am I good? Hold on. Incredible.
And that I think is another level of, it's almost like, you got 3D. That's almost 4D.
Now I have not, feeling it. This is an example. You talked about it earlier about Gyutaro's voice actor. I really hope a lot of people enjoy this subbed because I'm not sure that in English it would have matched the intensity that we got with the sub.
We missed something, and that's nothing against whether one way or the other you watch it. Currently, it's only sub. Mm-hmm. But
wait, maybe we can only watch it sub. Maybe
not yet,
because there isn't a dub.
Right, not yet. I think because Netflix has season 1
They
dub.
come later.
But
you're right.
I've got used to it now. I'm used to reading it. Now you pay attention. Like we saw it in Squid Game. There was a disconnect between the subbed and the dubbed. You and I both.
Oh, in English.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
the sub was just authentic. It was those actors that were playing those roles that were... Now, it's a little bit different in animation because you're not actually playing the role.
But they are.
This is
I would love to see him do the voices.
Animated is like a Japanese pastime. Those people are proud of the
passion they
create.
Put into it.
And you can sense that in the way the characters put forth their emotions and the levels of intensity.
And you can hear it in their language and then read it in ours and still get the idea of it just merging together.
Yep.
But that I don't know. It was well done, and with that last scene, I'm nervous.
So I'll put it to you this way: you can't do better than that episode.
Okay.
You can only match that level of. First of all, you can at this point in time, no one else is animating the way UFO Table's animating. I mean, congratulations to what they are doing over there, because oh my god, a lot of those scenes, I couldn't imagine how much work went into this episode alone.
It was a lot of movement, colors.
The animation in this arc, the last half of this arc, is better than Mugen Train.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what they're doing over there at that studio, but my god, please keep it up.
Yeah, that would be...
It was incredible. This is the best episode of anime I think I've seen in several years. And I'm talking about everything that we have in our S rank right now. I don't think a single episode of any of those shows is above this one.
Okay.
You can match it. Like Jujutsu Kaisen has a lot of episodes that were damn good.
Yeah.
None of them exceeded what this did. This episode was perfect in almost every way imaginable. Aside from, suspending your belief with how Tengen and Inosuke survived, but
they explained
so what?
I'll take it.
I bought it.
Took the time to explain.
This is as S tier as S tier gets.
I'm happy.
It's that simple. Demon Slayers, to me, put itself in the same league as Jujutsu Kaisen, as a lot of the other best anime on television.
I think this one's climbing right now for me to be better than Jujutsu Kaisen.
It's already 100%. Better than Mugen Train. This arc.
Oh yeah,
Mugen Train was great.
It was good,
but this is better. This is better.
This is with Ahashira. We weren't sure we were gonna like. We've now grown to it. I'm concerned about his 3 wives. I'm concerned about all our main 3. There's a lot that I'm worried about in this last explosion.
And Gyutaro was the reason why this arc worked so much.
Yeah. If it was Daki, I don't think it would have had the same impact.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree. Because it was him, though, absolutely incredible. I like him more than Akaza. I think he's more... He instills fear more than Muzan to me.
Yeah.
And he did that in how many episodes has he been in the show? 4?
And
incredible.
I know this is going on to be long, but...
It's okay, we can do
it with Gyutaro, when he was talking to Tanjiro, they were having a moment. They were connecting with the big brother, little sister protective. And I thought, I was like, wait a minute. It is something in common that they have. And they were both realizing...
when Tanjiro saw him himself.
Yes, when they started, all they are big brothers protecting their baby sisters. And if Tanjiro became a demon, he would still do the same thing.
And I think next episode you're going to get a little bit background of who they were before they turned into demons.
I hope. I would really like that.
And it's the story of him trying to protect her as a human.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Not being able to, and then Muzan offering him
like if
demonhood.
She was dying or something happened to her.
And he calls him pathetic and is like, I can make you. And that's why he was peddling that to Tanjiro. If we get that next week, that would be
fantastic. If not, someone let them know, make an episode.
Because we only need about... maybe 5 minutes worth of the episode to see what happens at the battlefield. Other than that, I want to know Gyutaro. I know we've said his name like 3 different times, but it's very hard to pronounce.
Okay, you'll get who we're talking about.
But I want to see the origin story of that relationship.
That would be
and
beautiful.
how it got here. Because it probably was hundreds of years ago, right?
Oh, easy. And we've invested so much time. Those 4 to 5 episodes, like, we need a little bit.
Yeah. I want to know who they were as humans.
Beautiful.
And that explosion at the end, this episode was everything. Anime does not get better than episode 10 of season 2 of Demon Slayer. As always, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you for the finale next week.